Iron Man 2. Here we are.
Iron Man 2. So
My least favorite.
Ditto. And that's every phase. My least favorite Marvel movie. Because it's got major identity crisis issues. It doesn't know if it wants to be an Iron Man sequel or a prelude, or like it feels more like Avengers 0.5 than Iron Man 2.
Exactly. So, and it's funny because all the things that critics were shitting on Batman v Superman for, was found in this movie.
Yeah, which didn't get as much crap as Batman v Superman.
No, and I remember even when I first watched this, we watched this in the theater, and I remember thinking and it wasn't
even at the time,
like when we watched Dark Knight Rises, where we were like,
and then later on we go,
this one, it was still great, and it was a really good follow up at the time. But I remember just kind of being like, and I agree. Like, it's the issues. Like, is it Avengers 0.5 or -1 or
whatever they want to go with,
or a zero issue? Like, I mean, I like that they expand upon the Howard Stark. And Shield.
I like that.
I liked how they had a bit more of a I liked how they had like Tony Stark dying. You know what I mean? And then they hint at the alcoholism, heavily hint at it. I liked that. I even liked the Captain America Shield reference. Like all those things. I liked how they had Coulson in it again, and I liked how they referenced New Mexico, which we know now is for Thor, and even that stinger was awesome.
Oh, such a good stinger.
I liked the new costume, like the silver and red. I liked that one because, like, when I was reading comic books when I started, he had the silver and red costume, and he had the triangle design.
What was that? The Sentry armor or
Centurion armor?
Centurion armor. Yeah.
I liked that. I liked that it was. Now I forgot his name. Mickey Rourke's character.
Oh, Whiplash.
Whiplash. Yeah, I liked that it was Whiplash, but I didn't like how he was an armor, like an Iron Man Whiplash, which I didn't like. But I mean, they tied the story in, and Justin Hammer, I liked his character.
See, now that's where I'm going again. Like, Justin Hammer is another villain that's still out there.
And as I was coming to that point, I was like, that's another one that, like, we just assumed is still in jail.
Yeah.
But what did he do that was so bad that he needs to spend 14 million years in jail for, right? But Whiplash is the only character so far that they killed off, like officially killed off.
Right. Probably because Mickey Rourke phoned in that performance, and they're just like, we don't want to work with you again. Let's do a script rewrite here in the movie. You're dead now.
Yeah, like, it's funny that you say that now because I remember it, like, Rourke was one of your favorite things in that movie, and I wasn't sold on it.
Yeah.
Because it was one of those where I was like, I didn't care that he was doing a Russian accent. He was doing a good one.
Yeah.
But I didn't care. I didn't like that they tried too hard to make it too much of a personal villain.
Yeah. Like
the sons of the fathers type of thing, and I was just like, and yeah, like, just the setup for Avengers was just like,
it's too much.
They were literally like, hey, we got an Avengers movie coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, we have an Avengers movie coming out. Like, even that scene where it's like the Avengers Initiative, and it's like Tony Stark is not, like, we'll bring you in as a consultant.
Right. At the donut shop scene or whatever it was.
That's so dumb, because there's no way you're going to have an Avengers movie without Iron Man.
Yeah.
So why would you do this needless storyline when you know he's going to be in that movie, you know? And yeah, like, overall, that's the one I've rewatched the least, too.
It's same here. Like a couple years back, I did right before Civil War. Actually, I rewatched the whole series in a row, and right at the end of that, still I was like, Iron Man 2. Man, what were they?
Don Cheadle was probably my highlight.
And that's funny for me too, because I believe the recasting with Cheadle came right before they started shooting.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of my problem was like the Robert Downey Jr. Cheadle chemistry in Iron Man 2 to me felt forced. Today, Iron Man 3, Avengers, like all their appearances now they're awesome. Now that's a tag team. But in this, it felt like it was just like it happened. Like he just came on, and it didn't have the same click to me as RDJ.
I actually, I can see that. I remember, like, I liked it, but then again, like I said, I like Don Cheadle. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how I felt about Terrence Howard at the time of Iron Man 1, I've always liked Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
I've never once been like Don Cheadle is like one of those actors where I've seen him in bad movies and been like, he's really good in this really fucking terrible movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
But now I love Don Cheadle.
I don't know what else to say except like, I mean, I know that we're saying like it's surprising they have all these bad guys that they don't use anymore. I'm glad they killed off the Whiplash character.
Me too.
Because it was a really bad version of this character. Not that I was a huge connoisseur of Iron Man villains. I liked that they had Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't immediately go into Mandarin. But I didn't like, to this day, even when I was watching it, I remember just being like, of course he's got to be an armored villain. You know, and I was just kind of like, But, the other thing I'll say real quick, I don't like how they've said that Spider-Man.
Oh, Holland.
Tom Holland
was the kid.
I don't like that.
Don't like that.
I don't like that at all. It would be the same thing as if they had Chris Pratt's character be the Raptor kid in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, like, we don't need to make the link.
Yeah.
You don't need to go that far to make the link. It's simple. He was a kid. He got bit by a spider. He's influenced by the Avengers.
Boom.
You know?
Done. Yeah, you don't need all that.
He's influenced more by Iron Man because Iron Man is a lot like him. He's that nerdy kid who just wants to do the right thing.
Yeah. That's very simple. Just looking at this now, like talk about the last three, and even going into not so much Thor, but Cap later. Talk about all these villains that are still out there. I really wish we could have. It's too bad Thanos. It's funny I'm saying it's too bad Thanos is coming now, because all this time it was like, come on, bring on Thanos already. We could have had a Masters of Evil. You know, we could have had the leader, because he's still out there. No one knows about the leader. We could have had the leader go,
yep.
Justin Hammer, I need your smarts for making all these weapons. Abomination, I'm breaking you out. Red Skull's still out there. I know where he is. Like, we could have had a Masters of Evil. And that, to me, that would have been way more fun than Ultron.
Yeah.
Later in Age of Ultron.
Yeah. And we'll definitely talk about that one.
That will come up in Phase 2, obviously.
Yeah.
I would have really liked to see that. And we're not going to see that now.
Would have been awesome. And I agree. Like, I don't think we're going to see that now. I don't even think we're going to get close to that with the Infinity movies.
We won't.
You know?
Unless Thanos somehow pulls it off.
Yeah, because now, like, I mean, they're talking heavily about how it's going to be all the past villains are going to come back type of thing. And it's just like, I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think so.
Because it's almost like in wrestling where if the crowd's already saying, like, oh, this is how it's going to go, then they're going to go, well, we're going to have to do this now. So that they go, oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So, and it is disappointing, especially because some of these villains, like when you look back at it, you realize they were really good.
They're really good.
Like Stain, I just, when we started doing this now, I was like, yeah, that's right. He was really good.
He's out there. He
out there.
He could be in the match. Like,
Justin Hammer, he was good. I liked him because he was like that douchey Tony Stark character.
Yeah.
Like, he was essentially Tony Stark. He just wasn't because he wasn't as cool as Tony Stark. Like, he had all the same things, and it was just he tried too hard to be like Tony Stark instead of being himself, which I thought was a nice little touch.
Yeah. Very cool.
And I mean, Sam Rockwell.
I love Sam Rockwell. And see, that's another reason why I want him to come back.
What was it? Secret Confessions of a Paranoid Mind or something like that?
Yeah.
Where he's like Chuck Berry, and the story was like Chuck Berry was a CIA assassin. That's a bad movie. It's not a good movie.
But he's great.
He's great in that movie. Like, he was so good in that movie that I was.
And I loved him in Matchstick Men with Nicolas Cage.
But that was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
That was really good. That was like Nick Cage's prime.
He's a very good actor, and I don't know.
Yeah.
So Iron Man 2. What can I say? I mean, I guess
the weakest out of all of them. It's like least liked, and that's
Yeah.
never changed.
It's never changed.
You know, like even when it came out, I remember thinking like, oh, you know.
I hope the next two are good.
That's right. And in fact, it was because of that I didn't have high hopes for either Thor or Captain America.
Right. And I'm glad that Stinky stretched and it continued.